Welcome everybody to another weekend whatever. And today we are looking at MMORPG Tycoon 2. Okay? Now first things first, this is like seriously early access shit right here. Okay? It's incredible. It's really good fun. I've been playing it. Had to make sure everything was working, you know, the capture was okay, and I ended up playing it for about an hour without realizing. But it's very early, okay? It's not even alpha yet. They're still working on all the features and stuff. I've had to crank down some of the settings because otherwise it's a little bit chuggy, which is fair enough, you know. They wouldn't have done any kind of optimizing or anything yet, so it's pretty impressive what they've managed to achieve in the time that they've been working on it. It's on Steam. You can't grab it yet. It's not on like early access, if you know what I mean. It's currently for like testing only. But the people developing it have asked us to put a word out, all right? Because it's a really cool game, and it is true. Like, more people need to know about it. So we're gonna jump into a game today. Like, I'm not gonna resume my old one because honestly, I just shoved stuff down everywhere. The name is randomly generated. Well, I'll show you that in a second when we get to it. So, first of all, we need to name our MMORPG. Now, it gives you some very cool, like, random names. We've got Stories of the Mage King. I mean, that would be kind of cool, right? Like, you could have some kind of tyrannical mage king, like, ruling the land, and anybody who, like, opposes him gets turned into, like, a chicken, and then, like, eaten. Something like that. Tales of Legend. I mean, that's pretty generic, let's be honest. War Hero. You know, if you wanted to do, like, a World War II MMORPG, that would be kind of cool. Guardians of Insanity. Nice. That is a really cool name. I like that. What else have we got? Worlds of Eternity. War of Infinity. Well, look, you know what? We're gonna pick our own name, okay? Now, given the time of the year, it's not quite there yet, but it is October, all right? And maybe we'll pick some spooky games or something to play in a bit. Who knows? I think we're gonna call our MMORPG Halloween. The MMO. The MMOoooo, you know, like spooky, you know, like a ghost. There we go. Halloween, the MMOoooo. What kind of MMORPG is Halloween going to be? And we've got free to play. So all of these types of MMORPG have got different stats assigned to them. All right. We've got AstroTurf, Fluff, Hugs, Bling, and Gibbs. Honestly, no idea what this means yet. Like, I haven't played it enough to kind of work out what all of these things do. But let's have a little look around. We've got free to play. It's good for AstroTurf. We've got Combat, which is good for Bling. Story is good for Fluff. RP is good for Hugs. PvP good for Gibbs. Casual is also good for Hugs, but a little bit more friendly on the AstroTurf perhaps. And Social is really good for Hugs. Now I think Halloween. I think it's going to be a story. No, it's going to be an RP. All right, it's all about role playing. Now, I'm not sure that. No, you know what? We're going to go story because we don't want as many Hugs as that, do we? We want lots of Fluff in our story. Plenty of Gibbs as well. Oh, if only there was a way to balance this yourself. It'd be nice, wouldn't it? If we could pick, like, I want 10 Fluff, 5 Gibbs, 2 on everything else. But I think story is going to be the most appropriate one for us. Now, we're gonna enter the Matrix, like a 1989 music video. I mean, look at this. This is beautiful. It is, of course, by Vector Storm, as you can see. We're just, here we go. Halloween, the MMOoooo, spooky. Right, so this is our randomly generated MMO kingdom, okay? So here we go. We've got a tutorial going on the top right-hand corner. It's pretty cool. You know, we've got these little areas. You'll have to excuse a little bit of judder. There is a tiny bit of judder as you zoom in and out, okay? But luckily, we won't be doing a huge amount of that anyway. But we can look at these areas. I mean, this is awesome, right? What is this? It's like a... I don't even know. I mean, it's got like some creatures or something here as well. I don't know, maybe they're just rocks. Who knows? What else have we got? We've got this one. It's got like got mushrooms here and a pit. You know, like maybe a pit of despair. But in a minute, we're going to have to pick one of these regions, okay? Now, I'll be honest, I'm kind of tempted to go for this one because it's the most interesting looking. But let's go through the tutorial. Welcome to MMORPG Tycoon 2. Press OK to begin. We'll cover basic movement and some simple functionality. So this is real basic tutorial stuff, alright? It's going to tell us about WASD. You see? Ooh. Ah. Ooh. It's so beautiful. Okay, we can zoom in, as I already showed you. We can zoom right in and look at these things. Who knows what the hell these are? I've honestly got no idea. I think they're meant to be like rock columns. That one said you can right click and rotate, which we're already doing. So now we're going to zoom out. We can look at our whole map, and we're going to press OK. Alright, it's going to ask us to pick a terrain. Okay, now, I mean, this one is okay, but last time I played, I had a really cool, like, spooky terrain, which would have been great for a Halloween MMO, but it doesn't look like we've got that today. So, you know what, we just have to make this spooky, alright? Maybe these are like, maybe this is just like sand that's covered with the blood of a million innocent virgins, who tried to get to a Black Friday sale to buy themselves a new girlfriend, sex doll, and like, just got murdered by Satan. He was it. He was there waiting, alright? He was just there. He was waiting to pounce. And, yeah, just a million innocent virgins just got slain that day. It was pretty grim day for Walmart, I'll be honest. You wouldn't get that stuff happening in the UK. Anyway, so, this is the main status display. Tells you the name of your MMO, and some core information. So we've got 0 users, 0 subs, 0 positive, and 0 negative buzz. Okay. It's been running for, what's this, like an hour? I guess that's like an in-game hour. We've got 100 grand, and we're worth minus 400k. That's not the best. Right now we don't have any subs. We'll soon fix that. Cool. This is your main action bar. Your various tools for interacting with the world appear here. They've been locked during the tutorial, unfortunately. So let's just press OK, skip to the next one. There are the systems buttons. They control the view, allow you to save your game, and provide other functions. You see down here? Okay, so let's switch to the grid view. So, grid view. Grid gives us like this weird shaded overlay view of our servers and stuff like that. So, yeah, obviously, being an MMO, you need servers to run the MMO, you know? You've got to think about server power, like where you're dedicating your server power. The grid view shows us the status of the game's region servers, which actually run the game in different regions of the map. Right now, we haven't purchased any, so let's go ahead and buy one. Click on the buy region button, then click on any region to activate it. So down here, we can click buy region, and let's buy this fancy, you know, Rivers of Blood region that we were talking about. You notice that the region you activated has turned green, and now now has the number 1 in it. God damn it! This means that any content we build here would be appropriate for characters of level 1. So that's cool, right? So level 1 heroes should do quite well here. Now that the region has been activated, let's go back to the main view. Main view, right, cool. What's next? Tutorial. Now that you know enough to get around, notice that the request button is lit up. That's this thing down here. So if we click on this, we've got some new requests, alright? So Touch of the Grave. When they are killed, players will be respawned into the game world at the nearest graveyard. Players will like having graveyards relatively near to the places where they're likely to die. Additionally, game developers move into and out of the game world via these graveyards respawn points. This means that we need one of these before we can do anything else. To place a respawn point, you will first need to enter edit mode by clicking on the edit button, then on the region you wish to edit. Once in the edit mode, the respawn point tool is under the objects tab on the action bar. Wow, so it's quite hard to read that, I'll be honest. It's just a lot of information. So we need to get into edit mode. The respawn point tool, it's under the objects tab in the action bar. Okay, so down here, we want to go buildings. This will put us into edit mode. Alright, so now we're in buildings. We look at what we've got. We can build inns, shops, blacksmiths. There's the respawn point though. We've got landmarks, dungeons, and a destroy option. So, I think we should put our respawn point right here. Oh, maybe not actually. Let's put it in the center. Because a good respawn point is like accessible to all the things around it, right? You know? If you die, like, down here, you don't want to have to run all the way back round in a big C shape like that, do you? You want to be able to kind of get access quickly, you know? It could be good to put another one down here. For now, we're just going to stick with the one, though. So let's get rid of that and click on our request. Okay. That's done. We get 10 build points, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. So, we've got a new request. You've probably noticed that your graveyard is dark and grey, flashing red. You see it? Down here? Yeah, you can zoom in like really close. I really like it. It's really, really cool. You can zoom in and look at everything that's going on, which is nice. So, you probably noticed that your graveyard is dark grey and flashing red. This means that it's not working right now because it doesn't have enough bandwidth. We need to fix that. Switch to the Network tab and install an uplink somewhere near your graveyard. Network uplinks give your game a supply of bandwidth. Once you have that supply of bandwidth, you'll need to distribute the bandwidth. Basically, what it's saying is that, like, bandwidth is a bit like power, as a good way to think of it, okay? So what we need to do, we need an uplink, okay? Now, an uplink has a big circular area of effect, so we're just going to put it there for now. And we need a WAN point as well, okay? Now, I think we should put our WAN point up nice and high. Maybe not there, though. I mean, it's probably better if we... You know what, let's... I think I may have this the wrong way around. Right, the WAN point's going to go there, and I think that creates a large area of effect for us. And then this thing might need to go a little bit closer to the graveyard, actually. And you know what, I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to put it a little bit closer to the graveyard. Because I think... It has to be reasonably close to the building it wants to be connected to. And then we use these fibers, like this, just to connect up those 2 points. And voila, we've got a massive uplink. Yeah, so I got this the wrong way around. What I think we want to do is possibly put the uplink, like, over here, on top of this hill. Okay, I mean, I don't know if that makes any difference to the reception or what. But then what you want to do is connect it up to all your WANs by the fibers. Okay, so you know what? Let's just do that. Let's keep things nice and tidy. Hopefully this isn't going to screw me over in terms of funds. We'll soon see. I mean, I've wasted like 10 grand plus whatever it cost me to build this cable. Here we go. So now if we build this one like that, bam, perfect. Okay, so now we can connect it up over here as well if we want to put another one down. So that's cool. We've built ourselves a network. Nice. Let's turn that in, get ourselves another 10 build points. I'm going to get a couple of new requests coming in. So, no place like home. Let's have a look. Players like to have a home base. When they join your game, the first thing they do is look for an inn to set as their home. When logging out, they'll try to go home to their inn first. Place an inn somewhere near your respawn point. Okay, so I guess it's useful to have the inn near the respawn. So maybe this should be like our town, you know? Like maybe we should build like a little village just here that we can everyone can live in, you know? Can we rotate this stuff? No, I guess not. So I think all the buildings have to stay pointing in the same direction, which is a shame. It's a little bit of a shame. Oh no, there we go. So if you click and drag, you can rotate the building. Okay, so we're just going to give it a little bit of an angle like that, alright? Now, there's traffic, it looks like, going between these two buildings, which is good. I guess that means that this graveyard is now slightly more, there we go, convenient. Oh, it's pretty low on the convenience scale, but it's better than nothing, right? We've got an inn. What's in the inn information? we got, it's quite beautiful. It's providing homes. We can charge for the usage of the inn. Now, what I reckon is a good tactic to do is, for example, to have a respawn point here, and then to set up another one closer to where, like, everything is happening, but charge people to use the one closer to where it's happening, because then we'll get the money coming in. As we know, MMOs are all about making money. They're not about, like, making good games for people to play. They're about churning numbers and making money. So that's what we're going to aim to do with Halloween the MMOoooo. Players generally prefer to travel on roads, since they're usually clear of monsters. Place a road which travels past your inn and respawn point, and perhaps a little further past them. Alright, cool. So we can place roads. If we go to the path section, and we've got roads here, we've got ramps, we've got passes, and we've got walls. So we can actually, like, build a very cool, like, walled-in little city section, you know? We're gonna, instead, we're gonna build a bit of a high street like this. I think we're gonna have a gate just here. It's not letting me put it down for some reason. Okay, that's slightly odd. I'm not sure what was going on there. Can we... Right, okay, so I think it just got a little bit... Yeah, it just got a little bit glitchy. It seemed to think that the road was, like, inside the building, I guess. Which it wasn't really, was it? I mean, you could see it wasn't, but... While we're still doing roads, though, I'm going to make, like, a little town square down here, okay? Just somewhere cool that people can run around. Okay, well, for some reason it won't let me do that. I'm not sure why. Alright, well, let's forget about the town square idea for now. We've made ourselves a road, okay? It's called a gate to remember. I'm not quite sure why it's called a gate to remember. I'm sure we'll find out why it's called gate to remember. Have we got another request? It doesn't look like we've got... Oh, here we go. So we've got a few more requests coming in. So, first of all, let's have a little look at this one, shall we? A terrain within your region can be edited. Use the buttons in the terrain tab to get a feel for the terrain adjustment tools. Be aware that players cannot walk through mountains or cliffs and dislike swimming. Okay, so we can get a fair amount of bucks and stuff coming in if we fix this one. So this is the thing that just lets us, like, change the terrain, you know, maybe we could add, like, a little bit of forest behind the city. Like that, you know, just a nice little forest to keep everybody looking happy. We can raise and lower terrain as well, which is fine. We're just going to leave that as it is, but it does want us to edit the terrain in 10 different places. Okay, so what I think we'll do is we're going to put a couple of little swamp tiles down here. There we go. So there's a nice little kind of mid blood field swamp going on. We'll put a chasm. Here? Is this a chasmable? Here we go. We can extend the blood chasm round there, alright? So it's a nice windy road now, which is pretty cool. I like that. Desert, I guess we can kind of... We can create, like, these cactus biomes. Is that the case? I'm assuming so. Like, we don't want to turn everything into desert, let's be honest. Maybe we could, like... kind of completely swampify this area over here. I think that'll look nice. Right, it doesn't cost a lot of money either. So we've got like a swamp over there. Maybe we will extend the desert into this a little bit more, so it's not quite so large. All right, I think that's looking nice. Okay, so now we've done a bit of terrain editing, which is cool. We can turn in that one, get ourselves some bucks and some more build points. And what's next on your request agenda? I mean, this game is really cool, isn't it? We've still got a lot to go. Don't get me wrong. I'm just trying to bust through this as quickly as possible, so you can see as much as I've seen. Most MMOs are about fighting monsters, so create a few monster zones where your players will fight. They basically come here when you want to grind, or if they have quests. Monster zones are in the NPC tab. Bigger zones have more monsters, but cost more and use more space. Players having to run through them to reach destinations. Don't like it when they have to run through and they don't feel like fighting. Monster zones need a lot of bandwidth, so build them inside areas covered by WAN. You probably want these monster zones to be at least 4 or 5 blocks in size. Okay, so it wants us to build 2 monster zones. Now, I mean, every good MMO has monsters, right? Like, monsters that you have to fight, and just, you know, it wouldn't be a game if it didn't have monsters, would it? Now, we're going to extend our road a little bit. Okay, we're going to come to here. Alright. What we're going to do is we're going to wind out like this. And then the road's going to split into 2. Okay, and this part of the road is going to come all the way down here. And across like this. Alright, it was only $500, which isn't too bad. And this part of the road is going to come, you know, over here. And then round this way. Alright, and we're just gonna leave the roads like that for now. We're not really gonna put all that much in there. But where's NPCs? There it is. So we've got 2 types of NPCs. We've got place quest giving, which is you put a little guy down who gives quests. And then there's monster zoning. Okay, so lots of different types of monsters over here. I think we should put some kobolds at the back over here. Okay? So this is going to be like a little kobold enclosure, so to speak. We'll put some stuff down there later. Maybe we should put some, like, just one bunch of skeletons just outside the city, so that you instantly have a fight and you know what you've got to deal with. And we're going to put some bears, some spiders, and maybe just 2 lots of spiders, just halfway down this path. Okay. So this is looking pretty nice. We've got a safe zone for the guys to wander around in, which is good. We're going to put some spiders halfway down there as well, just to liven things up a little bit, and maybe some kobolds just there. Oh, you know what? Let's switch that round. We're going to put kobolds. Can we clear these out? Oh, free. Oh no, it's free placement. Okay, well I think I've done that. So if we put kobolds down there, and then we'll put spiders in here. Can we... Alright, it doesn't allow we can place it. Never mind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's absolutely fine. It's cool. We got some more build points for that. Let's have a look. Most players will spend most of their time doing quests, so let's make some. Under the NPCs tab, use the Place Quest Giver tool to place a few quest givers. So, they automatically generate some quests. You can add more. You know, you'll get to see that. Look, first of all, let's put them down in our town, shall we? Okay, so we're going to put one outside the inn. I think that would be a lovely idea. Let's put one, maybe it's too close to the build. It is too close to the build, and that's a bit of a shame. I'm going to put one near the graveyard, and maybe one near where we're going to have our front gate, so perhaps down here. Okay. It looks like they do a little bit of wandering anyway. I never really looked at them all that closely. What do they look like? He's kind of cute. Whoa, he's got no pupils though. Wow, that is kind of creepy. All right, let's forget about looking at him, shall we? I'm gonna have nightmares tonight because of that. So, well, before we do the rest of the requests, let's have another look around, shall we? So we've got scenery, set dressing. There's blocks, entrances. I mean, what's in? I'm not sure what's in block. Set dressing. So there's castles, stuff like that. We've got scenery, so we've got trees, cactuses, bamboos, there's sandstone, more dead trees. So we can, you know, make things look spooky, if that's what we wish to do. But for now we're going to have another little look in buildings. We've got taverns, we've got shops, we've got landmarks. What's in the landmark section? Oh, it's just a giant tower, which I guess we could put at the end of our you know, path. That would be kind of cool. Let's have a little look at walls, shall we? So I think we should build a nice wall going from here to maybe like here, and then we come across like this. Okay, and then we're gonna come across like this, and then like this, and then we're gonna bring the wall back to here. Okay, so that's now going to be... Oh, I kind of made that a little bit too close, haven't I? Oh dear. Let's cancel that. Can we... Oh, there we go. We've accidentally deleted the road as well. It's a bit of a shame. It would be nice if... I'm sure they'll add it at some point, but it would be nice if it could confirm with you, you know, oh yeah, is that what you were trying to delete? But you know what? It's fine. We're going to make our wall slightly smaller, I think. That's probably a good idea. We're still going to start in the same place, but we're going to leave a little bit more of a gap this time. We're going to go round like that. We're going to go round like that. Up to about here. And then I think we're going to leave a little bit of space for that landmark at the end. Okay. And then we're going to come round and leave some space for some buildings. And up to about... What, there? Let's try that. Yeah, that looks really cool now. Okay, so this is where our town is going to be self-contained inside, alright? Let's see what it's got to give us with the next lot of quests, shall we? Because we don't want to jump too far ahead. Requests. Ding, level up. Your MMO has reached version 100 or greater, and is ready to level up to version 1. I mean, honestly, I'm not 100% sure it is, but we do have some monsters, and that is true. We have some monsters, and we do... Let's check our network out, actually. Everything seems to be just inside the grid, which is wonderful. Oh, we don't want that. Let's have a look at grid. Yeah, that's all level 1 stuff. NPCs. Cool. So, how do we level up? Let's have a little look. Level up to version 1. Here we go. Upgrade. Pick an upgrade. Starting point. I guess we release it with the starting point. That's absolutely fine. And then we, here we go. Oh, click here. It's reached version 1. We complete it. And it's open for business. Place a starting point to allow players to purchase your game and begin playing. Accept. So, starting points. This is... Oh, there's a streamer event upcoming. This is pretty cool. So I guess we should try to try to get involved in that, shouldn't we? Really. Now I can't remember what a starting point is, which is a little bit of a problem. Let's have a little look here. Construct a starting point. Now I'm gonna have to try and work this one out, because this is where I start. You know, I just sat and plonked things down for ages earlier. Like, in terms of gameplay features, this is where my knowledge starts to dry up. And honestly, I think I've done pretty well so far. Like, that's a starting point. Here we go. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. if you know, you like MMOs and you like these kind of cool tycoon-y style games, it gets very, very involved later on. Okay, so open for business. We've got our starting point. We now have subscribers. I mean, we don't, but subscribers will play the game, do quests, blah blah blah. Once they have gained 8 experience points, they'll go up a level. So now we just have to wait for 5 players to reach level 2. Okay, which is absolutely fine. Let's just dismiss that message for now. They hopefully that streamer event is going to bring an influx of new stuff. We've got our first subscriber, everybody. Here he is. What's his name? Patter. Patter, what can you tell me about yourself, Patter? You've got some fancy pink armor there. She's looking pretty dapper. I'm assuming it's a girl. She's got lovely long pink hair. I mean, it could be a guy, but for the sake of unless this is going to tell me, I'm just going to assume it's a girl. You know, she's a forum regular. Her name is Virginia Watts. So yes, it's almost definitely a woman. Oh no. Okay, welcome back. Sorry about that. Had a bit of a crash. Like I said, very early access stuff. It happens occasionally. I thought I'd actually managed to nuke my save game as well because I'd clicked the wrong button on the menu and loaded back into like the initial state instead of the autosave, and I was worried that afterwards it was gonna mess up. But it was okay. Like, looks like the game saves, autosaves, periodic saves, on exit saves, and yeah, initial state saves as well, which is really good. Like, it's nice that it gives you all of those available options. So anyway, here's our town. It was looking good. We don't have a huge amount left to do. Like, we're waiting for those players to reach level 5, which does progress the game much further. But I think, you know, we're going to finish up any second now. So I think instead what we're going to do is tart up our town a little bit. Okay. Now I think it would be nice if we put a path in, which just goes. You know, let's have a little look at the shape here. I think we should have a path which goes round the back of here. Okay. Just like that. Really, really simple path, but what it means is we can build an inn, not another inn, we don't want another inn. We can build a tavern, okay, and we can put this tavern right on the corner, so that it's nicely accessible. We can put a shop, in fact, you know what, let's put a few shops down here. This is going to be like shopping avenue, okay? This is where adventurers are going to come to buy their armor and stuff, and then once they're done buying all their armor, they're going to return to the tavern and drink all of their booze, okay? Now, the blacksmith is going to go kind of on the working side of town, alright? And we talked about building a landmark as well, which is going to go at the tip. I think it's just a nice place for it to go, alright? We've got a clock tower face. Let's have a little look. Yeah, let's put the clock tower facing that way, okay? Nice! So this is shaping up to be a pretty cool little town now, okay? There's a lot of other stuff we can build. There's set dressings, right? So we can build like a castle with bits of pieces. We've got like elf houses, goblin houses. We've got a palace as well. So we could put a palace on the end here, which is kind of nice, I think. We've got some tech stuff. We've got a village house as well. It looks like so maybe a couple of these. Can you? I mean, you probably noticed though, it changes what it's building each time you click and build something, which is cool. I really like it actually. It gives you a few different options instead of just being restricted to like a single building that has to go in exactly the same place every single time you put it down. You know, so maybe we'll tart this up a little bit more. Okay, we'll put a little bit more set dressing in, and then we'll finish up. Maybe we'll go and tart up one of the little kobold areas as well, because that could be kind of cool, right? Like if we give them like a little place that they can kind of, you know, fight from and stuff like that. I think this building should go just here, behind the graveyard. Okay, it's a really, really nice place for a house to go. And this one should just go right there, okay, on top of this quest giver. So we're just, as you can see, we're just, you know, creating like a really cool little village. It's like a little place that people can come to get their quests, to turn in their items, you know. I think we're going to build maybe another inn just over this side of town. You know, so there's a couple of places that people... It's nice to have options of places to stay, isn't it? You know, especially if you've been adventuring all day and it's quite tough. Wow, look at this. So maybe we could have an in-town dungeon as well, so people can level up without having to leave the safe vicinity of the city. Nice. Okay. I mean, that looks kind of cool. I'm not quite sure how it works. Like, is everything behind this now a dungeon? You know what? We're just going to leave it there. It's a nice dragon statue. Okay. I think it looks great. It's much prettier than not having something there. Okay. Wow, these trees are big. But you know what? That could work in our advantage, actually, because it means we've only got to put a couple of them down. We're going to put some pine trees down at the back here as well. Maybe another one just there. I mean, these trees are pretty ginormous, right? Can you imagine if you were standing in this town and all you could see in the background were these freaking huge, ginormous trees? I mean, look at it. They're absolutely massive. Oh, holy shit, look how many subs we've got now. We've got 23 subscribers. We've got some warriors here. Looks like we've got a tree ant called Ashadus. Ofka is another warrior. We've got our quest givers. This is looking nice, you know. This is a pretty cool little suite in just a pretty cool little suite, pretty cool little town in the sweet game of Halloween, the MMOoooo spooky. You know, like, I'm pretty pleased with it. I'll be honest. I'm not gonna toot my own horn too much, but I feel like we've done some good stuff here. Okay, I think we've achieved quite a lot. What I would like to do is perhaps put down... I mean, we've got skeletons here, so is there any kind of appropriately... Maybe we could put down some goblin towers, you know, just to give an indication that, like, there are some bad dudes here, and you want to be careful, okay? And maybe just, like, a dead tree. I think a dead tree could look quite nice. It is a shame that this stuff is quite so large. You know, it would be nicer if there was some smaller options for trees and things, so that we can actually really get in there and, like, decorate between the buildings and stuff. I might post it on the forum, you know, make a bit of a suggestion, see what they have to say. They'll probably listen. They're pretty good at listening, you know, devs normally. And I know this guy's been working in the industry for a long time as well, so he's you know, he knows how important it is to actually listen to the people who are playing your games. But let's put... This is spooky spiders, okay? So we're going to put a little block of castle down. And then again, we'll put some rocks down, you know, some reeds and stuff to make it look really spooky. Ooh, spooky reeds! Here we go. I'm going to put a rock there. And another rock just there, turn like that. Okay, so that's a cool little dungeony area. And then over here, we've got the kobolds, of course. Now, this is basically Kobold Central, okay? And kobolds, I think, are going to live in elf houses. I think that's just in our canon. That is, you know, that is the law. Because I don't know. I like the idea that the skeletons have, like, the rickety goblin shacks, and kobolds, although they're supposed to be, like, kind of stupid and kind of easy to kill, at the same time, like, they are capable of more than they seem to be. You know. You'll find them, like, in mines and stuff, because they know that's where resources come from. So I think it's fair enough to say that, like, if they had their own little town or enclosure, it would look a little bit like this. You know, they'd have that very elven style architecture. Of course, they'd have the trademark rocks scattered around, as is always the case in a kobold's town. Look, there's one just there. And then, in fact, you know what? Let's just go rock crazy. This is what kobolds are all about in our game. Okay, they're all about rocks. They love rocks. They eat rocks. They live rocks basically. And we're gonna put some spikes down behind it as well, so it looks really ominous. We're gonna get rid of this cactus because I don't think cactuses really work with the spikes. You know, I mean, maybe they say kobold a little more than the spikes do, but I like this, you know, this is cool. We get to set up these, like, little areas that people can come to fight. So we've got, what, some kobolds here? I think this was kobolds as well. So let's find ourselves another elf house. I think that one looks pretty good. We'll put it on the side of the road like that. And then we'll get some more rocks out. because as we said, kobolds are all about the rocks. So we'll put one rock there and one spike like that. Okay, it's a nice visual clue to me, like what exactly is there. So I can see like that's kobolds, that's spiders, that's skeletons, you know, we've got kobolds here again, and then we've got crocodiles and bears. Now I don't think crocodiles and bears live in houses, let's be honest, but they do like rocks, okay? So we're going to have a few rocks scattered around, one of each type perhaps, and they do in fact like reeds. Okay, so we can get away with putting a lot of these spiky reeds down. Oh, there are spiders here, so maybe I should put like a little castle piece. A castle piece could be a good idea, couldn't it? Like I like keeping things consistent. It's just the way I am, you know. I'm a logical thinker. I like it when things are consistent, and I can easily look at something and say, yeah, no, I know what's there. I can see it. Okay, it's a piece of piss. I don't know why you're having a problem seeing it, because it's quite plain for me to see. I don't mean you, obviously. I mean you're absolutely fine. You're no worries. Just keep doing what you're doing. But you know, just people in general. So that's nice. Like, look at this. All right, for 40 minutes work, something like that, we've made ourselves a very cool little town. Okay, we've made the town of Arcadia. All right, we've got a dragon statue. Looks pretty cool. We've got some ominous front gates. We've got lots of little adventurers walking around. I think this is a really cool game. Like, I highly recommend checking this out. You know, find them on Twitter. Drop them a message. Tell them that you're really interested in their game. Like, make sure you like lots of their stuff. You know, retweet it as well. Tell everybody else about it. Because personally, I'm going to keep playing this. I'm going to see how far I can get with it, how far it goes, like what kind of content is present in the game. I think we've done some really cool stuff here today. I'm curious to see what else we can do. We've built a blacksmith with no idea what to do with a blacksmith. We looked at most of the tools, which is good, and we have achieved quite a lot here. You know, this is cool. Like, I'd be happy enough to play this MMO at least for an hour. Okay, so thank you very much for watching this weekend. Whatever, it's been pretty long, but I really wanted to show you this game. It's super cool, as I said. Don't forget to like and subscribe, leave a comment, let me know what you think of this game, and maybe we'll come back and visit it in the future, you know, when they've done some updates. But for now, thank you, and I will see you in the next video!